The Qur'an tells us that he was the Imam of people. If you ask a child, or you ask a teenager, or you ask an adult, or you ask an elder, who's an Imam? Well, everybody has a knowledge of who's an Imam. They will tell you an Imam is a religious person who leads the prayer and who normally stays a lot in the masjid, who buries the dead, who get people married, who sometimes pray for them. This is the image we have of Imams, and we convey to others of Imams. And so our children and people, our peers, this is the image they have. Sometimes people who are considered to be educated in a particular field or leaders in their field are called Imams. Significantly, this word in the context of the Qur'an has only one meaning. It means anyone who stands out and who's in front by what he or she contributes to the human society. Anyone who stands out and leads society in an enhancing, empowering, uplifting, sublime way, that person is an Imam. You may not be leading the prayer, because everybody who leads the prayer is not necessarily leading in loftiness and goodness and enhancement. If people are ignorant and stupid and backward, and you lead them in prayer, do you do anything to them? You don't do anything to them. But if somebody is uneducated and you seek to educate them, you're doing something for them. If somebody is stagnated and you're trying to make them progressive, you're doing something for them. If somebody is in darkness and you're striving to take them out of the darkness, you're doing something for them. If somebody is up here is warped and corrupted, mentally they are short-sighted, and you're striving to free them from the fixations of their life that have limited their growth and development, then you're really doing something to them. Unfortunately, the average person of religion doesn't look for those kinds of Imams. They don't look for Imams who can take the darkness out of their life. They look for Imams who have sweet voices, who has memorized many portions of the Qur'an, who can repeat the stories they have heard from old, and week after week, month after month, year after year, when you check it, they're in the same places, mentally, physically, politically, economically, socially, individually and collectively. Because it's what you and I make of divine expressions that can make the difference in our life. If you and I make these expressions that are so lofty and sublime, we make them material, mundane, physical, ritual, tokens. That's what they will be. Abraham was an Imam with a difference. Abraham was an Imam with a difference. He was quite different from the Imams of today. He had no masjid that he was sitting in and leading the people in prayers. he was leading people with a philosophy of life that if you and I follow it, then our lives would have meaning and substance. We will then become imams of our own lives and imams of our families, which we are not able to do today, even though for how many years in our lives we are associated with imams of masjids. Because why? We are associated with rituals that we do how many times in a day and how many times in a week. And the end result is we feel happy. I have completed my prayers. I have done all my prayers. I didn't miss any. Is this what is the expectation? Hear how the Qur'an describes Abraham. We live in an age with many divisions, many sects, and many schisms. Which society is not divided? Jews are divided. Christians are divided. Hindus are divided. Muslims are divided. And there's every reason they will be further divided. So the Qur'an tells us in Surah Al-Imran, in chapter 3, verse 67, مَا كَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَهُودِيًّا. Abraham was not someone who could have been considered a Yahudi. And Yahud, you know, the basic translation is Jews. But the essence is, they are the people who lay claim to the idea that they are guided. That's why they are called Yahud, from Hada Yahudu. And like them there are many. Many of us lay claim that we are guided. But there must be evidence of guidance. It's not words and slogans that make evidence of guidance. Because we say we are guided, or we make certain banners and make them fly high, that is proof that we are guided. No, no, no. So the Quran says, مَا كَانَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ يَهُودِيًّا وَلَا نَصْرَانِيًّا. Who are Nasrani? Those people who claim they are disciples of Jesus. They are the helpers of Jesus. So both people are people who are claiming they are close to divine guidance, and really they are the ones who are helping the cause of God. So Allah now describes who Abraham was. He said he wasn't a Yahudi and he wasn't a Nasara. Then who he was? ولكن, but كان حنيفا مسلما وما كان من المشركين. Three important things that you and I can learn today about Abraham. كان حنيفا. What is the meaning of حنيفا? كان حنيفا. Ibrahim كان حنيفا. Hanif comes from the Arabic verb hanafa. Hanafa means to incline to a side. As we say in Arabic, hanafa ilay, he inclined to something, or hanafa anhu, he declined, he turned away. But when the Quran uses the expression كان حنيفا مسلما, this quality of Islam in the word muslima tells us exactly where he was inclining. So when you get the translation in your books that you normally read that tells you Abraham was righteous and upright, you don't have a clue. Because these are popular words you hear.